Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. I am going to try to do these morning live streams every morning now because I believe, and I've been saying since October in the Federalist, read my article in the Federalist predicting the stock market crash. It's in the pinned comment. I've been saying since last October, we're going to have a devastating stock market crash. Inflation or interest rates are going to tank the stock market and bring us a recession. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Okay? It's not rocket science. It's one of the two. Either inflation. So when people say, hopefully the Fed, Jerome Powell today doesn't, frighten the markets. It's either inflation. So let's say he decides, he's going to raise interest rates, but let's say he doesn't raise interest rates, which he will. Let's say the Fed doesn't raise interest rates, which of course they will. The market's going to tank because of inflation. If you don't raise interest rates, you get a recession because of inflation. And we'll get to that. Peter Schiff says it's 15%, not 7%. Energy prices are through the roof. The producer price index is through the roof. Why? Because there's a labor shortage and there's a supply chain breakdown. So hit subscribe to this channel right now. I've been saying this, we're watching this, and I've been saying this since last year. Yvette, hello. Eric H526, hello. To my super chat. I can't do this without you, ladies and gentlemen, so I do appreciate your support. And I understand that this is not like a lot of people don't really see what's going on. They don't see that the stock market crash we're experiencing that I predicted last year in the Federalist. And by the way, subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. That's below in the pinned comment. I've been doing some awesome segments on that channel. A lot of people don't see this as a political issue, so I generally talk about politics. But this is a political issue, and we'll talk about why the stock market crash and the economy will basically be a political issue. We are going to suffer economically because of the policies of one political party. Hit subscribe to this channel. Yvette, Eric, Sharon, everyone here, Paul, Sweet Serenity, everyone, Kulak, everybody here, Brian, everyone here, thank you so very much for tuning in. If you know anybody who would enjoy this, send them the link, and let's get started. So, pre-market trading, the Dow is down 248, S&P is down 61, and Nasdaq's down 282. The Nikkei and the Hang Seng were down. The Dow is about to open, the market's about to open. Wow, let's see here. So, when you look, it's actually 3,000 points if you add the 1,100 point drop. Yes, on January 24th. So yesterday there was a 1,100 point drop before it rallied back. So if you add that at midday yesterday, the Dow had lost 3,000 points since January 4th. So from January 4th to January 24th, the Dow had lost 3,000 points at one point. Okay? Oh, let's see. You can't really see this. So if you look right here, January 4th, it was at 36,799. It went all the way down to about 33,100. So 36,799, 33,000. And so that's an over 3,000 point drop. That's an over 3,000 point drop. And if you look, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I think that gold, silver, those types of investments are more to keep your capital. I mean, the thing is, it's a hedge to the stock market going down. I'm not sure if you're going to make a great deal of money long term, but at least you're not going to lose all your money. And that's the appeal of that. I look at the Dow, it's going to go down to 20,000, and Bitcoin's going to go down to 10,000. Okay? And if you look, ladies and gentlemen, let's see, market should have already started. So it looks like it's down. We'll get to that in a second. Peter Schiff, I want to read you Peter Schiff. Okay? Of course, if we still measured consumer prices, the way we did in 1982, the 2021 CPI would reveal a more accurate inflation rate of about 15%. Okay, so we really have 15% inflation if you add energy and food costs. Making inflation in 2021 the highest in U.S. history. For years, the Fed claimed the problem was too low inflation. Problem solved. So there you go. And I think that's something that people have to recognize. It's only going to get worse. So it's only going to get worse. The issue here is that if you don't raise interest rates, the economy will tank from... If you don't raise interest rates, the economy will tank from inflation, and the stock market will crash from inflation because consumers are not going to pay more for goods and services. Corporate profits will decline because everything's more expensive. That's the thing. And when you have AOC and Bernie Sanders, and I used to be the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and I was the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post, they don't know what inflation is, and they don't care. They don't know what inflation is, and they just don't care. They really don't care. They really don't. It's like not important to them. It's not important at all. It's just not important at all. It's not an issue. So today, the Dow is down, let's see, 346 points today, from what I can see. Let's see. Dow Jones down 346 points. Let's see if we can get a real-time reading here. No, okay. NASDAQ is down 237. S&P is down 64. From what I can read here. So, it's not good. We're seeing a slow, real-time crash, 355, down 355. Today, it'll probably get below 3,400 today. Or it could go up. It could end up. It really doesn't matter. Let's see, why is this? It really doesn't matter. If you could see right here. So it's 330 points down. This is a crash, ladies and gentlemen, in slow motion. It's a slow motion crash. You're not getting the 2,000 point drop yet. Josh, good morning. Hello, everybody. Nina, hello. You're not getting the 2,000 point drop yet, but I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to go down from 34 to 2,000. It's. I agree with you that a lot of people. Boru. Hey, now should we buy the Bitcoin at 10,000? Boru, when it gets to 10,000, I do believe it's going to get to 10,000. I would imagine that's a buying opportunity. I would imagine that's a buying opportunity for people who truly believe in it. Boru, thank you so very much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. I would imagine that's a buying opportunity. I try not to give any direct investment advice and kind of focus on concepts or philosophy. My philosophy, Boru, as you know, is that everything's going to tank and the sky is falling. But your life, everyone's happiness, hopes, dreams, that the trajectory of everyone's life will be on an upward trajectory. Happiness, joy, laughter, success. You know, the doom and gloom is based on me being a lifelong Democrat and seeing the repercussions of ending the U.S. economy the other 2 years ago. Boru, ending the U.S. economy 2 years ago. That's what I wrote about in the Federalist, and that's my... You know, some things you can't mess with. Some things are... something... I would imagine, Boru, Bitcoin at 10,000 is pretty good. If you like crypto, Bitcoin at 10,000 would be pretty good if you like crypto. I just, for me, because I'm maybe stuck in the past, I think that Bitcoin is the future of, in many ways, the future of, it will hold an important position in the future of capitalism and currency and markets, but I don't know if I would invest in any crypto for some number of reasons. But if you invest in crypto, yeah, I think 10,000 is because it's only Boru. I think it's going to go up from there. Obviously, I think that it's going to go up. It will go down along with the Dow, and hey, it could go to 9,000 or 8,000. But you see right now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, Boru. Thank you. You see, I appreciate that greatly. It's 357, so it's going to get down below 3,400. But see, again, these things I'm not a day trader. I can't give technical analysis. I used to be a stockbroker 20 years ago for Morgan Stanley and other firms. Okay, 20 plus years ago. When I was a young boy. When I was a young man. But I wasn't a day trader then. Day trading in this year is going to be, I would rather swim with great white sharks with chum in the water than day trade this year. It's going to be volatility daily. It will be ups and downs. Look, it could end up today, or it could end down 2,000. I don't bet. It's probably going to end. The odds are every day for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, there will be a catastrophic close as opposed to an anemic, it going up somewhat or it going up a lot. I just, when you get these ads on my Sharon Isaacson, I am listening. Chicken Little's town cry. Sharon! Remember Sharon, there's never a moment that you can say, I told you so. Don't ever, we will never be, ICBMs could be flying over. Boru, Sharon, Christopher, ICBMs could, God forbid, be flying over. It doesn't matter. They're going to be happy. Trump isn't tweeting. They're going to be happy. Christopher! I own Disney stock. It's lost like 10% in the last few days. It's been wild. Yeah, I mean, you have companies that are blue chip companies that are getting hit. Everything is going to go down. Christopher, thank you so very much. I mean, look, I'm not giving any investment advice. I'd rather own Disney than Tesla right now. You know, Tesla could go to 500. How many people here in the chat, Boru, Sharon, Christopher, everyone here, Sutlick 3 Gaming, Nina, everybody here, do you think that Tesla could get to 600, 500? I do. It's not like Toyota and GM and Ford and every other car company don't have electric vehicles. Last night I was looking at, on the live stream, Lamborghini has an electric vehicle out. Ferrari has an electric vehicle out. Why would you buy an electric Ferrari? Why? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay? It's like buying an electric Harley Davidson. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. But, I mean, everyone's coming out with electric vehicles. And it's like they have competition. It's like, how many people here on the chat think that Tesla could get to 500? I do. I think that everything could go down. I mean, every speculative investment could go down by half or more. Every speculative investment could go down by half or more. And if you look, ladies and gentlemen, okay, so let's look right here. So it's below 34,000. It's 33,931. Ladies and gentlemen, in a couple of weeks or sooner, probably either in a couple of weeks, couple months or sooner, you and I are going to be watching it go below 30,000. And we're going to say, oh my God, you know, that imbecile H.A. Goodman got something right in his life. So it's on its way down to 20,000. There's no support here. Everything is fake and phony. This is like a completely fabricated, contrived stock market. They pumped $10 trillion into the market, and this is what you have. This is what you have. Christopher, thank you. Sharon, thank you. Boru, thank you. It's like you have a situation. Eric, thank you so very much, as always. By the way, everybody has... Eric has a channel. If you're into video games, he has a channel. And... definitely subscribe to it. And so, here you go. 510 down. Ladies and gentlemen, look. I don't care if you're the left, the furthest left commie, socialist, morally superior liberal. I don't want you to lose money. Believe me, there are lots of people who don't like me, who think I'm like, I don't know, some kind of, traitor, I don't know, to their ideology. I don't want them to lose money. I don't want the most, fervent, ideologue on the left to lose money. Because that's not... I don't wish harm on anyone. I don't want anyone to suffer. But people, this is going to be like... Everyone investing is going to be like Snake Plissken. Snake Plissken. Plissken or Plissken? Snake Plissken. From Escape from New York and Escape from L.A. It's going to be a dystopian nightmare. Nightmare. Eric, I love you, Eric. Give Eric a lot of love. I love you, Eric. No, I don't want that, man. I don't want that. I love you, Eric. That's funny. It's not a rebroadcast, but it might sound like one. It might sound. Is this mic on? Tip your waiters. I'll be here all week. Anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of things, everybody. What time does the Fed chairman speak? 2:30 p.m. Eastern. So 11:30 p.m. Pacific. And no offense to Jerome Powell, but he is not very honest. And how shall we say disingenuous. And how shall we say maybe dishonest. Duplicitous. No offense to the Fed chairman. No offense to the Fed chairman. No offense at all. Boru! Do I remember the Dow was 32,000 back in 2018 and went up from there? Yes, Boru, thank you. Yes, I think. Yvette! I couldn't believe how big Arnie Schwarzenegger was. Oh my God. That's right. That's right. That was crazy. Yvette! Yvette, thank you. Thank you as always, Yvette, for just the Patreon and your support and for watching and your kind words. Boru, thank you so much. Let's go back to 2018. Boru, thank you. Let's go back to 2018. 26,000. So it was around 26,000, and then it went up to about 28 and then crashed to 19. I think that's going to go all the way down back to around 20,019. But if you look, 2018, Boru, it was the high was 2616, January 26, 2018. And then it reached past that in March of 2019. Boru, thank you again. So 2019, for some reason I remember the same thing as you did, but I have to look back now. Boru, thank you so very much. Yvette, I know. That was something else. Yvette Moore, thank you. Yvette, that was something else. Settler Gaming, thank you so very much. BRX95, hello, good morning. Good morning. I hope all is well. So, Boru, that's what I thought also. But it took until 2019. Yvette, thank you so very much as always. Thank you as always, Yvette. Settler Gaming, thank you. Settler 3 Gaming, thank you. So, Peter Schiff always has wonderful takes, and he has it in for crypto. He really has it in for crypto. He really, really has it in for crypto. He does not like it at all. See, I respect it. I respect the philosophy behind Bitcoin. I respect the philosophy. I think that the philosophy is, in many respects, admirable. The problem, though, is that there are so many different cryptocurrencies now. The allure of Bitcoin is that you just can't have a central bank to create as many Bitcoins as you want. There's a fixed number. But then you have all these different cryptos out there. Okay, here you have okay. Judging by today's reversal, this was yesterday. Judging by today's reversal in stocks, investors are likely betting Powell walks back the rate hike. But if he does that, the market tanks with inflation. Inflation is the worst. Inflation is like what will destroy a country, an economy. I don't want to go to the supermarket, and how many people here, Yvette, Boru, everyone, Sharon, everyone here, Setlick, everybody here. How many people go, Eric, when you go to the supermarket, is it 20 or 30% more expensive? Because for me, when I look in Southern California, I'm telling you it's 50%. It's got to be 40% more expensive. And Bernie Sanders and AOC don't care about this. They don't care at all. They don't even know what it is. They don't know what inflation is. They don't care. You can't pontificate with, like, you can't feel morally superior when bread and milk are, twice as expensive, or I should say 30 or 40% more expensive, or at least 20 to 30% more expensive. Bacon is like twice as expensive in some places. But this is what he said, judging by today's reversal in stocks, investors are likely betting Powell walks back the rate hike in QT talk. But if we do get the Powell pivot, it may not be as bullish for stocks as investors hope, but it could be far more bullish for gold and silver than investors think. So then here he goes at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is merely a collectible digital token. I think Peter Schiff is awesome. I think Jeremy Grantham is amazing. I think Michael Burry is amazing. I think Peter Schiff is amazing and awesome, but I disagree with him on Bitcoin. I don't think that. I think that there is, if you want to call intrinsic worth or value, there is value to it. There's inherent value to it, but not the value that anyone born, before 1985 would, ascribe to it. But here, Peter Schiff, Bitcoin is merely a collectible digital token. Oh! But one Bitcoin is just an arbitrary quantity of Satoshi. With 2.1 quadrillion sats and 8 billion people in the world, there's enough sats for each one to own 262,500. Since each set is identical, a Satoshi collection is worthless. Okay. Let's see. This is kind of hilarious. The clueless pumpers at CNBC keep touting the investment case for Bitcoin, now claiming crashes are part of Bitcoin's appeal. This while casually mentioning that only 32% of all Bitcoin are now held at a profit. An even lower percent are held by CNBC viewers. Okay, so this is interesting. Now, here's where we get, this is why I appreciate Peter Schiff, because he really looks at he looks at the macroeconomic perspective, just like Michael Burry. Especially Jeremy Grantham is amazing. But here, not only was the U.S. economy already headed into a recession prior to the Fed announcing its plans to hike rates, but the reverse wealth effect that will result from the crash in stocks and cryptocurrencies and associated margin calls will make the recession that much worse. All right, let's see. So it's down 682 points. Wow. $682 points down, ladies and gentlemen. So we're well below the 3,400. I'm telling you, people, and to the people who are on here, I do appreciate Boru, everyone here. Thank you so much for your super chat and for watching. But let me tell you something. We're going to have eventually 1,000 people on these live streams. And what's going to happen is everyone here on the ground floor on the first inning, on the first quarter of the football game, everybody here right now, about 137 people, 140 people, maybe we'll get to 200, who knows? Most people don't realize we're witnessing history. Now, if you're in the market now, you don't want to hear that. You're like, you know what? You know what history can do. You know where you can take history. I'm losing money. But I told everybody, and you know how obsessive I can be. You know I repeat myself. Everyone here, Eric knows, everybody here knows I repeat myself 1,000 times, 1,000 times. I can't stop. I can't stop myself. Didn't I start every segment, whether it's Alec Baldwin or Trump or every segment for the last 5 months since September, October, November, December, January, February, January, so about 5-6 months, every segment. Liana, you are. Kango 26, you're right, but it's going to increase inflation. You're right, though. But everyone here is on the ground floor, or everyone here realizes that they're witnessing history. And I've been telling everybody, get out if you need the money. If you need the money. Count de Monet, what movie? Don't get saucy with me, Bernays. What movie? Tell me in the chat right now. But I've been telling everybody. I said, Paul, thank you. I said, if you need money, you're about to retire, you have no business being in the market. I said that every day. Every day I said that. Every single day I said that, and this is going to be an absolute catastrophic nightmare, dystopian, horrible alternate reality. This is not what we experienced this is not usually what we've experienced, because when you keep messing with a good thing, if you keep on, you keep messing with something, whether it's your car or your hair or clothing or your house, if you keep on trying, what we did was we said, oh, well, you know what? We gotta end the U.S. economy. And every other country did the same thing. Now we have no room for error. There's no margin for error. Russia's going to invade Ukraine. And God bless the people of Ukraine. Russia's going to invade Ukraine. After the Olympics, China's almost certainly going to invade Taiwan. There's no room for error. And mashed potato brains is like, mashed potato brains is like Clueless. Doomerson, I think in a month, probably below 30,000 in a month. I think probably below 30,000. So, Mashed Potato Brains doesn't know what he's doing. He's cussing like he's using profanity against. I mean, could you imagine? Trump was supposed to be this mean monster. And every single leader, whether it's Boris Johnson or Biden or Macron, all of these people, they weren't that fond of Trump. And what have they done? What have they done for their countries? I don't even want to get into the leaders of New Zealand and Australia. And God bless New Zealand and Australia. The people are amazing. We have the worst intelligentsia of all time. Our intelligentsia is full of imbeciles who brought this. This is what they've reaped upon the world. Okay, inflation through the roof. Let's get to trucking shortages. You want to talk about trucking shortages? They're now looking at teenagers to new rule will allow teens to drive semi-trucks. Okay, that is not something you just allow anyone to drive. That's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. The problem is like they don't understand. Like people don't understand. Like we had a functioning economy, but guess what? Trump's personality was too much for them. They didn't like Trump's personality. They didn't like Trump's personality. And they would rather have a labor shortage. They would rather have a stock market crash. Dock workers. There's a shortage of dock workers here. Dock workers warned officials of potential port backlogs, and still none of this is being rectified. None of it. Trucking, the docks, okay, bottlenecks, it's still bad. The Nikkei is down. The Nifty was down in India yesterday. The Nikkei in Japan down today. The Hang Seng is down. Global markets are down. Okay, every country that did what we did during you-know-what has massive inflation, record high of inflation, everything. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to continue, pumping myself up, but here I wrote about this October 8th, 2021. Please go ahead and share that article in the Federalist. H.A. Goodman in the Federalist. I wrote about this, everybody. I told everybody. I don't think you need pre-market anymore. So 749. Low. 749 down, people. Okay? And honestly, here's the thing. Boru, Yvette, everybody here. Christopher, everybody here. Eric, it really doesn't matter what your own pal says. He is part of an establishment that Biden is a part of, that Clinton, that Kerry, that Bush. These people don't like Trump. Because Trump doesn't revere what they revere. Trump doesn't worship what they worship. Trump doesn't care what they think. Trump doesn't revere or worship state power. He knows that it can be purchased because he's given money to both sides. But Jerome Powell and the Fed, they've become political creatures. That's why when Trump was in office and he wanted Powell to lower interest rates, Powell said, nah, until it was, the apocalypse in the last year of Trump's of office. But it's 749 down, people. This is going to get below, not long from now, people, not long from now. Doomerson, not long from now, it's going to get below 30,000. What's propping this up? This is a bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a bubble because of Democrats. It's a Democratic Party stock market bubble. It's 98% Democrats and media beholden to Democrats, and never Trump Republicans petrified of Democrats. 806 down. When they push to end the U.S. economy, by the way, they're still obsessed and petrified and paranoid no matter what they do. No matter what they do. And they want and nothing gets them more, nothing gets them more livid and furious than if you're not as petrified as they are. Nothing. And they pushed to end economic activity. There are other ways to talk about it. Clarion, hello. Irish Mexican, hello. There are other ways to talk about it. That I'm going to abide by YouTube guidelines. There are other ways to talk about it. And when you ended the economy, I knew something was wrong. I said, this is not right. This is un-American. It's not right to end the U.S. economy. You're going to prevent people from working, and then you're going to pat yourself on the back because you push for an eviction moratorium. AOC and Bernie Sanders and the Squad and progressives, they pushed for an eviction moratorium. They prevented people from working. And they're still obsessed. So nothing they did 2 years ago worked out. It was all for naught. It was all for naught. And Eric, they're all partying in Miami and in Florida. Swalwell, AOC, everyone wants to go to a red state. Why party in a blue state? It's escape from LA, escape from New York. It's a dystopian, lonely world with, crime and homelessness. And it's not like there's very little life in Southern California. There's life, but it's not like what it used to be. Not at all like what it used to be. Okay? 735 down. It's going to get down. It's going to get below 30,000 not long from now. And it really doesn't matter what is Jerome Powell going to say today? What's he going to say? What's he going to say? He's going to, I will only raise rates 2 times instead of 4 times. Okay, then inflation will go through the roof. One economist was saying, or one investor was, a pretty well-known investor was saying, you'd have to raise rates to 6% to stop inflation from going rampant. 6%. What is, they're waiting for Jerome. Everyone's waiting for Jerome Powell. And yesterday, well, it's 2 days. It's today and tomorrow. It's today and tomorrow. But they're waiting for Jerome Powell What do you think he's gonna say? You think he's gonna say, like, they were trying to say, oh well, the market was teaching him a lesson. The market was teaching him a lesson, and the market's been crashing because investors are afraid of higher interest rates. Okay, but investors are also afraid of inflation. So now we have two monsters. We have inflation as Freddy Krueger, and interest rates as Jason from Friday the 13th. You tell me who you would want, Freddy Krueger or Jason from Friday the 13th. Do you want Freddy Krueger inflation or interest rates Jason from Friday the 13th? Because either way, it's a nightmare. It's a horror movie. MC Husky, I think Jeremy Grantham says half. Eddie, I want half. So it's probably going to get to close to half. If you don't look, when you pumped $10 trillion into the economy, Eric, it's true. But you know what, though? There's a way there's a way to defeat Freddy Krueger. I think it's if you realize it's a dream, then he can't hurt you. Am I wrong on that? Because, I mean, that's always the case for me. If I have a dream and it's like very rarely will I have a nightmare, I'll realize in the dream that it's just, not real. And I'll control the actual dream. Am I wrong on that? Isn't that in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies? Once you realize, like, in the dream that Freddy Krueger is just part of a dream, you can actually defeat him. I don't know the way to defeat Jason from Friday the 13th, though. I mean, except for run away. But Paul, I think life is better there. I think life is a lot better than most places. Thank you, Nina. Thank you. Oh, Lord. Sorry about that. Why does it... Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry about that. 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? I apologize. How embarrassing. I apologize. What is wrong with me? It's early in the morning. I'm not thinking. There's a Fed calendar here. What's Fed calendar? Okay. January. Okay, hold on. Hold on. 25th. Okay, so the 25th. Okay. Okay, here we go. Fed calendar. FOMC meeting, 2-day meeting, January 25th and 26th. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Who told me that? Shelly W, thank you. My bad. I apologize, everybody. When the Dow hits 20,000 and Bitcoin hits 10,000, it will be. I'm basically like one of those like baboons that get something that if you H.A. Goodman is like I'm like one of those animals that they just miraculously. I think they had hamsters that picked stocks. So I'm like one of those hamsters. I'm like one of the hamsters that picked stocks. I happen to get something right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shelly W., thank you. I apologize for that. Why was everyone talking about it today? God, man. Hey, man. Who's that? Come on, man. Let's look at Peter Schiff again really quickly. Shelly W., thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Very embarrassing on my part. Let's see here. Let's go look at what the Dow is doing again. All right, see, it's back to 584. 584. Who else loves Cheech and Chong like I do? I love Cheech and Chong. Doomerson, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for being here for so long. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. So let's see here. Let's look. Peter Schiff. Let's look at Ray Dalio. He's awesome. He's not as outspoken as Peter Schiff. So let's see. Let's see here. Stocks. Okay, so stocks slide as volatility continues. Dow falls more than 700 points. NASDAQ shuts 2.9% as January's wild trading. Okay. So, I mean, I think that Boru, what about The Exorcist? The scariest movies for me are Poltergeist and The Exorcist. The Exorcist was pretty scary. Pretty frightening. Let's see. Okay, Ukraine, Russia. And now you have... Why Biden is sending troops, this is just typical public relations mode. Like, there's no reason to do that. Eric, you know why you think it's funny? I'll tell you why, because you're a lot younger than me. If you're older and you were born like before 1980 or before 1985, you watch The Exorcist and you're like, you don't think it's just like, you know, Campbell's soup like flying out of her mouth. It's like the special effects for me, I don't need much special effects. I can watch old cartoons and it's like, you know, the best special effects for me. But just the Just the whole story? That's frightening. But I can see though, like I think the younger generation might not find it as frightening. Like for example, Jaws. I mean, if you grew up, you watched Jaws 1. I remember watching Jaws 3D. Who remembers Jaws 3D? I had the glasses, and I remember when I don't want to give away the ending, but you see like the bones come at you. I remember that. Biden weighs deploying thousands of troops to Eastern. Why? Why? What will that do? What will that do? Rider of Pale Horse, Wizard of Oz frightened me too at a young age. It's true. It's true. Eric, thank you. Demons are scary, yes. Yes and no. Yes and no. I'd rather watch a movie about demons than, well, I guess that's what is Exorcist kind of. Irish Mexican, thank you. Liana, hello. Amityville Horror, that's frightening too. That's frightening too. Tammy, you're right on that too. By the way, an appropriate analogy or metaphor or Silence of the Lambs, our entire country is on the bottom of that well, and Mashed Potato Brains Biden is, hey man, come on. Hey man, you get it puts the lotion or it gets the hose. If it puts the lotion or it gets the hose. That's Biden for you. But what is he trying to do? What does that even mean? And poor Ukraine. God bless the people of Ukraine. God bless the people of Ukraine. God bless them. But you know what we're doing that's wrong? They want to become part of NATO, and Biden say, hey, come on, man, not so fast, man. We're going to use you to be a pawn for our public relations propaganda spin, man. Come on now. They wanted to be part of NATO, and apparently they have to, jump through a whole bunch of hoops. But Hunter, that was okay. He totally could do business there, but you know what? Joining NATO, nah, not really. And anyway, everyone knows that Russia and Putin would never allow it. It's wrong for them to invade, but we would have done the same thing. That's the thing. Like they want to join. We don't want. The U.S. and NATO will not allow them to join, but will at the same time pretend that they have every that they have every opportunity to join. NATO and the U.S. know that they will never allow Ukraine into the alliance, because that would be the second that NATO and the U.S. were serious. It would be an instant invasion. We're going to have an invasion now, unfortunately. But it's this disingenuous game. Either allow them in or don't allow them in. Or don't use them as a pawn to try to provoke Russia and then say, oh, you're the good people, you're the good guys, because you're, standing up to Russian aggression. You think Putin cares about God? Okay, God bless the men and women of the armed forces and their families, U.S. armed forces. We owe them better than to send them off to Europe under the pretext of trying to, intimidate Russia. It's not going to work. They don't care. They have more nuclear weapons than we do. It's the dumbest thing in the world. But Biden is all about public relations. That's what he's all about. He's all about public relations. That's what he's all about. So it's climbing back up, 429. It could end up today. But see, again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it goes down 2,000 today. It doesn't matter if it ends up 200. It doesn't matter. The whole thing's going to tank. The whole thing is going to tank. You have it. You have tomorrow. Today's the 25th. What am I doing? What's wrong with my brain? 25th and 26th. So what is wrong with my brain? Was I right initially? What's wrong with me? All right, so he is speaking today. Oh my God. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Jerome Powell's on the march. Soft landing. What is wrong with me, man? What's wrong with me, man? Okay, so here. Today's the 25th, so 2:30. Oh, on Wednesday. So it's tomorrow. Wait, what's going on? FMC are meeting today and tomorrow with Jerome Powell. Closely watch the press conference is tomorrow. Aha! The press conference is tomorrow, but they're meeting today. Okay. All this Michigas. Oh my God. Oh my God. At least I got something right. October 8th, 2021. Odin! One more Columbo impression, this time talking to mashed potato man. Odin! Mr. President, I got a quick question to ask you. Oh, come on, man. I got a quick question to ask you. When you said that you wanted to kick out a prosecutor from Ukraine, you did so because you said you wanted to end corruption, but your son was making $80,000 a month at an oil and gas company in that country known for corruption. How do you explain that? Hey, come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Don't be a Peter Ducey, man. Come on, man. I apologize, sir. I don't even know what "come on, man" means. Can you answer the question? I have to go, man. Come on. Hey, you know what? Hey, you want to do some push-ups, man? You ever been to a Iowa primary? There's another way of saying it, but Odin, thank you. Thank you, Odin. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Odin. Greatly appreciated. As always, thank you, Odin. I wish I could do more for you. Odin, thank you so very much. Have a fantastic day. Thank you, Odin. I appreciate your support. Thank you. I got a quick question to ask you. Odin, thank you so much. All right, let's see here. Oh, they're coming back. NASDAQ's down 286, though, so I don't think they're going to come back too quickly. S&P down 75. Wow. Wowza. So, Russell 2000, 56 down. Everything's going to be down all the time this year, or at least for the first couple months. Most of the year. Most of this year, it's going to be down or sideways. Odin, thank you so very much. and again, like, you know, Democrats, they don't really care about this because they think of it as like, this is what billionaires care about. So it's not what the average person, like, no, the average person cares about this. The average person cares about a recession. We're heading towards a recession. Peter Schiff, when Peter Schiff and Elon Musk agree on, they're both brilliant minds, but they probably don't agree on a lot. They'll agree that there's a recession coming. We're going to have a recession. I mean, after everything we dealt with. They said within the next 2 years it's supposed to go to over 2%. So let's see. Let's see here. Super Bubble. Jeremy Grantham is the man. Very articulate, intelligent man. I urge everyone, just type in Jeremy Grantham on YouTube. And very intelligent. Possesses a great deal of wisdom. Look here. What does it mean for Australia if U.S. super bubble bursts? Paul, what does this mean? The crash could be devastating for your stocks. House value. UK billionaire. Jeremy Grantham warned of a devastating American bubble. Michael Burry. Ah, yes. Okay, tweet, order of 2. Here you go. People always ask me what is going on in the markets. It's simple. The greatest speculative bubble of all time in all things by 2 orders of magnitude. Odin, thank you very much. Everybody here, thank you. Boru, thank you, everybody. So, I mean, you look, and I think he's pretty clear. I think that Michael Burry was pretty clear. The greatest speculative bubble of all time in all things by a magnitude of 2. By a magnitude of 2. So so let's see. Big short investor Michael Burry is back on Twitter and warning of the biggest market bubble in history. The biggest market bubble in history. Odin, thank you again. The biggest market bubble in history. And we're seeing it. Now it's down 425. So, I mean, Boru! Thank you, Boru! Thank you, Boru! Hypothetically, what would you do with $1 million inheritance? Especially, what do you do with it the day it gets transferred to your checking account in this atmosphere? You go to your accountant and you find out whatever tax issues you have, and you don't invest it in anything for the next year. That's Boru. That's not very interesting of an answer. But there is, keeping your capital, keeping your wealth is far more important in my view than making money. This is not the time to borrow. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support always. This is not the time to invest, ladies and gentlemen, in my view. There's that really stupid phrase called "there is no alternative," Tina. There is no alternative. Freedom, hello. There's always an alternative. Freedom Autopsy Report. Freedom Autopsy Report. Thank you. Thank you. Boru and Freedom Autopsy Report. I think that in this environment, and Boru, to answer your question, you just keep it in the savings. You would keep $1 million in the savings and don't touch it. And, don't touch it. Because, the bond market's going to tank. When interest rates go up, bond prices are going to go down. Freedom, thank you again. I just, there's nothing wrong with keeping money. And they say, oh, well, inflation. It's like, well, there's also deflation. Boru, Freedom, everybody here. Unfortunately, there are going to be businesses going out of business, and you'll be able to buy that, amazing bed or television or whatever, car, used car, whatever. You don't want to invest right now in, I would not, this is the worst time in 20 years, actually, 14 years. Since 2008. This is the worst time to invest since 2008. This is the worst time to invest. Because the writing's on the wall. The writing is on the wall. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. My grasp of macroeconomics, I can say is a lot better than the million sub, $20 million venture capital people who wanted Medicare for all, 3-4 million subs. Much better than their grasp of economics. My grasp of economics, much better than Bernie or AOC's in my humble view. But it's not as good as Jeremy Grantham, not nearly as good as them. Michael Burry, Elon Musk is saying we're going to head into a recession. So it's like, There have been $70 billion, Boru and Freedom and everybody here, $70 billion, $70 billion in insider trades, sales. So there have been $70 billion. I do, William, I do. I know interest rates going up is going to hurt that, but a lot of places might be overvalued because of the interest rates have been so low. You know, the property in China and elsewhere has been hit hard. So I think that you would keep that. You got $1 million, you keep it. And, you know, the main thing is just not to spend a lot. You know, have a good, like, you know, if you have a good life, enjoy some nice dinners. I mean, that's what I think is beautiful. You know, you don't need to buy your electric Lamborghini. I really pity the person who buys an electric Lamborghini or an electric Ferrari. That is like a horse race where the horses don't race. They're just led across the track. They're led around the track by the trainer. And it's like, you know, Shelley's girl was a little bit ahead of, you know, my baby. It's just like, you know, the trainer's walking the racehorse. It's like, wow, what an amazing, you know, the wonderful liberal Democrats have yet again made things better. There's now no more horse races. It's horse walks. But let's see here. 374, we're coming back, baby. It really doesn't matter. The whole thing's gonna tank to 20,000 anyway. Liana Bond, thank you, Liana, thank you. Exactly. Monique, hello. We'll do a couple more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just see what's going on here. Oh, okay, we're back above 34,000. 338 down. I mean, you know what? It could very well end down 1,000. Or it could very well end up 100 or 200. Who knows? What we do know is that it's going to get to 20,000. That is not difficult. That is not difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Boru, I can't thank you enough. Everybody here. Odin, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, everybody. I believe the super chat is working. I believe for me, but sometimes depending on the platform, like if it's your phone, it might be difficult sometimes. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Boru. Thank you so much for your support always. 100 grand solar system, yeah. Well, it depends on, you know, it's like, I'm looking for the actual planet with that price. But no, that looks probably pretty amazing. Boru, everybody here, thank you so very much. Eric, H526, thank you. And Odin, thank you. Everybody here, thank you. I will see you all. I'll have a live stream at about 6:30 p.m. this evening. I might actually do it on Alec Baldwin, we'll see, or the stock market, or, heaven forbid, Russia finally does do what, I'm against. I'm against that. But the U.S. and NATO pushed for that horrible reality. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Thanks, everybody. Monique! It is working, Monique! Monique, thank you so much. Monique, thank you so very, very, very much. I will be here, Monique, I believe around 6:30 p.m. today. So, Monique, thank you so very much. Everybody here, thanks so much, everybody. Great, great time. Irish Mexican, thank you. And Anders, I'm going to do a segment on that too. Freedom, thank you again. Everybody here, thanks. Thanks, Eric. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you today at about 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks, everybody. Reiner, hello. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, fantastic